Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of G Bear's Off-Grid Ways. Yeah, we're here in the shop where I've been doing a little bit of cleaning and moving things around. As you can see, I got that whole top of that bench cleaned off. I got to still sweep the floor. There's a lot of trash here. I've been putting stuff in my little fabrication metals drawer there, and I found that propane torch, and I've got to check it and make sure it's working right. I found a bunch of old saws, which I don't really need this many saws, so I think I'm going to have to put those in a yard sale. I might keep this back saw here to go with my hand miter box. I do have miter saws that run on electricity, but it's always good to have hand saws for a backup. And this is an antique here, this old hacksaw. I don't know, I don't have any hacks that I need to saw. So, and then my scroll saw, my jigsaw, I've got another one of those right here. So all of this stuff is going to get cleaned off of here and rearranged. All the shelf is going to get cleaned off and rearranged. I've just been working my way through a little at a time. I've been cleaning this stuff up over here too. And I forgot the other day when I was showing you how I made that stack cap for the stovepipe. I said I would show you how I made the holes for the pop rivets. And speaking of pop rivets, this is a pop rivet gun that you really should have if you're moving off grid. It's something that you will definitely find handy off grid. Now this has a bunch of different fittings here for different size pop rivets. And I bought this a long time ago at Harbor Freight, and this has a bunch of different size pop rivets in it, and they come in real handy. So definitely want to get yourself a couple of boxes of those and get a good pair of these. I mean, don't go into Harbor Freight and get the cheap junky pairs. I've got 3 or 4 of them around here, and after a few rivets, the mechanism inside of here gets jammed, and then the little pin that pops off of the pop rivet will get jammed in there, and you work like heck to get it apart. You have to pull the pin here, get a pair of needle nose pliers. You have to push the pin out that way. On this one, as soon as you're done, you just turn it this way and the pin will fall right out. So make sure you get a good one of those. Don't get cheap on that. So making the holes. There's another Harbor Freight tool I bought a long time ago, as you can see by the box. Anyway, this is a deep throat metal punch. And it comes with the female sides and the male sides for all the different size holes. Okay, so it comes with the screwdriver tool to put the female end in, and it comes with the Allen wrench to loosen up the set screws so you can take the male punch end out. And all you do on this thing, if you're going to punch a bunch of repetitious holes and you want them all the same distance from the edge, like you want to punch them all along that line, then you would set this gauge to that depth so that when you put the metal in there, it hits the gauge, and then you can just start punching your holes wherever you need to. And all it takes is you just bring the handle down and punch the hole, and it punches quite easily. I mean, really quite easily. I think I have a scrap piece of metal here. Let's see. I'm going to put that right in there and go like this. Oh, I can't get both hands on it. Let's see. That's it. Nice clean hole punch. So yeah, that's another handy tool. If you ever see one of those, you might want to grab that, because if you're fabricating things out of sheet metal, that saves a lot of time. And drilling thin sheet metal is real dangerous, because if the drill bit catches it and grabs a hold of the sheet metal, it spins it around. That's like a flying knife. And even with gloves on, it'll cut right through your gloves. So this way here, there's no spinning. It's just punch, 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 punch. Real nice. So there's what it was. Pittsburgh Deep Throat Metal Punch from Harbor Freight. And it tells you what's all included in it. All right. So we got that part done out here. That was something I was doing earlier, because I had a fire going in the homemade potbelly stove in here. And I got to get this place organized so I can get to all my tools and find what I have and what I don't have. I had one of my neighbors over the other day, and well, a couple of weeks ago actually, and I was fabricating some parts for him for his ATV, and I needed a C-clamp to hold something in place while I was drilling it on the drill press. And I couldn't find any C-clamps. And while I was cleaning here, I went right there, and there's a whole bunch of them just slid over the edge of the shelf. Just because I didn't have any organization going here. So anyway, that's that. And then I hope the wind doesn't bother you. So in here, I haven't come in and relit a fire or anything, but I did put some fresh oil back up in the oil reservoir. And right outside the back doors, I've got a gallon and a half of vegetable oil that came out of my deep fryer. And that's definitely going to go up into that unit. And then the next time I'm working out here, I can get a nice warm fire going and keep warm. So this is going to get all organized and cleaned out. I've got some new pieces of plywood. I think I showed you those a while back that I found out in the desert. And I'm going to put some new shelves up on the wall so I can get some things up on the shelves and stored where like they're supposed to be. I'm going to clean all this stuff out of here so I can get to my good table saw. And I got a repair to do on this table saw. I'll get into that when the time comes. So yeah, got a lot of things to do. And I'll be coming back out here after the video to close everything up. But in the meantime, I'll show you the other thing I've been doing. And that is, I've been working on the battery room, because there's still something wasn't right. And my batteries were getting down too low at night. And I said, something's not right, so I'm going to have to go check it. So in the meantime, I brought the two batteries out that were in there that were bad, that need to be repaired. And both of these have one bad cell in them. So I'm trying my Viking battery repair. It says battery in repair right now. It's not going to finish because I just put this on an hour and a half ago. And it usually takes like 12 hours for this thing to do a full run. But I've just put it on there just to get started on it. And then tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, I'll get out here. I'll plug it in and I'll let it run all day. And see if I can't get that to do its thing and repair those. So, inside, what I did find was the black battery. This one was the one that I actually had over here with the bad ones. I pulled out the wrong one. And I was rechecking them today, and that's a good battery. And then I checked that black battery, and that's a bad battery. So I actually pulled the wrong one out of the system, and I'm hoping that's all it was that was causing the major drop in power at night. So also the end connector on that jumper wire there was bad. So that was the wire right there. And I hung it here so I remember to pull this apart and save the copper. But yeah, that's the bad one. That's what happens when you don't grease your terminals. So anyway, I put a new one on there, and that's fine. Now those batteries are good, and I've checked these, and you can see I'm still running at 13.5 now. That's a good thing because it's towards the end of the day, and normally those would be down in the 12 volt, or not normally, but normally they're supposed to be right where they are. But for the past few nights, they've been down in the 12s, like 12.5, 12.6. And I said, I got to get out there and find out what's going on. And as you can see, this is in float right now. So I still have power coming in, but the batteries don't really need it. So it's floating. It's also floating because we're not sinking. All right. So anyway, I also ran through these batteries and tested them. And this one, I put the metal, the red clips on there to remind me those are the two. And the center cells on both of those are very weak. So I may have to pull those two out and then take this one and combine it with this one, because this one's good and that one's good. And I'll pull those two out of there, and then I'll run those on the repair also. And in the meantime, I'll be one 12-volt battery shy of my 24 that I have here. So that's my next thing to do. I'll be getting to that hopefully tomorrow. Oh, excuse me. I hiccuped and burped at the same time. That's weird. Anyway, I'll be getting to those tomorrow, hopefully, if the weather permits. And like I said, I hope to get out here early tomorrow and get going on this. All right, everybody. That's it for today. I want to thank you for joining me again. And I hope you new people out there will sign up and subscribe. I appreciate the subscriptions. I'm going for that 10,000, and we're going to have a lot of fun on the 10,000. And one of you may be lucky enough to win a trip out here to visit me and stay with me for a while. And you can put that off until the weather is a little bit better, because we're going into winter and it's going to be getting cold. And I know that there's a lot of you out there that would love to come out here and learn some of the things that I do and some of the things that I know. And I don't mind passing on that knowledge, because I can take it with me, but I don't think it's going to do me any good where I'm going, right? All right, everybody. Don't forget your thumbs ups. Don't forget to share and subscribe. Comments and questions all the way at the bottom. This is G-Bear signing off.